Hey everyone, I hope you all are doing great. Well, the most valuable skill in 2025 is not coding. It's about how you leverage AI and understand AI at the best. Well, it's about how you implement AI in your daily life, in your projects, in your work, in your business, and even in your profession too. Well, if I had to start from today, from zero, what would be my roadmap? And how is it going to be 100% free? And what am I going to follow? All of these questions will be solved with this video itself. Well, from OpenAI to Gemini, from Harvard to MIT, and even Hugging Face, all of these resources at 100% free that you can use it and leverage to understand artificial intelligence at the best. Well, I also have one more thing waiting for you guys in the end of this video. I have a bonus waiting for you guys. So make sure you stay till the end so that you get to know about the bonus. Also to mention guys, to make things easier and to make all of these hustle of you guys going and coming back to the description, clicking on every single platform that I mentioned in today's video, all the platforms, tools, pages, creators pages, or YouTube channels, courses, all of these places or the things that I'll be mentioning in today's video, it would be so difficult for you guys to come back to the description, or maybe even for some people who will be searching it in the internet, it would be such a difficult task, right? Well, I and my team have decided that we will be hosting all of these things in our one common page. And we have built one common page where we'll be hosting and bringing them all together only for you guys. So make sure you check out that link. I'll be dropping the common link in the description. So you just need to click it and you'll have all of the things that I've mentioned in today's video right there. So you just have to click, here and there, and you have access to whatever you want to, search through. So that is all about. So without wasting more time, let's get started. Okay, so first let's understand the basics, right? How AI works. What is that makes an AI analyze a report, forecast the data, predict the data, generate images, videos, and a lot of other things that are possible with the help of AI. So what does that make, what is that back end work? How does this happen? So this is something like a question mark for most of the people, right? Well, this one course in the internet, which I'll say one of the most solid and one of the best courses to understand how AI works. And it is from deeplearning.ai by Andrew Ng. It's AI for everyone. Now, this course is short, crispy, and I think one of the best courses. If you finish it off in one day, sit along and understand about it, you will be able to finish it off. And it helps you understand about machine learning, how machine learning works, how data works, and there are a few critical points like how biases happen, how algorithm shifts, and more importantly, you will be able to understand what are the next opportunities that are available in the market, and how AI is penetrating into your market. What is the growth? What is the next growth that you can look into? So make sure you check out this course because you'll learn a lot. And I personally learned a lot when I started as in the beginning, as a person who's not able to understand how artificial intelligence can be used in your automations and stuff. This course helped me understand a lot of things in the basic stuff itself, so that I can move ahead and learn other stuff from various other platforms, which some of the platforms I'm going to mention in today's video. So start with this, and I can bet that you will be 90% ahead from the people who have just started with learning with AI. So first step, follow this. Okay, now let's talk about the second step, or what would you do next? Well, the next thing that you've understood about basics of AI, now you've understood what AI, how AI works and all of this. The next thing is getting into the world of generative AI. How does generative AI works? What is the world of generative AI looks like? Well, Google themselves have just created a platform that will help you understand how generative AI works. Along with that, they give you the practical opportunity too, where you will be able to train and test out too. So how cool is that? Well, this course of Google, that is generative AI for everyone, I think this will help you understand a lot of things about generative AI, how generative AI works, what are the models, how these models are created, how generative AI is trained under models, testing is done in the back end. and what kind of data would be required to create images, videos, all of these things in the most short and crisp manner. And I personally liked it because it is the best. With the help of Google, you will be able to understand it. And exactly after that, Google has their own, that is Vertex AI, where you could use Gemini and Google Palm to build chatbots and application to understand the practical aspect of how generative AI works. So this is an advantage of this whole platform of understanding, not just as a course but as a practical as well aspect. Also to mention that if you are someone who's more eager about how generative AI works and how this generative AI's new updates are coming into the market, well, I would strongly suggest that you check out our upscale platform where we regularly talk about generative AI, the recent updates, the recent things that are coming into the generative AI market. I will suggest that if you check out our platform, I will drop the link in the description, by the way, you'll be able to understand generative AI in a much better manner. So check out these platforms and start with this so you'll be able to understand about generative AI. Okay, so now you've understood how AI works, you've understood the generative AI. How about using one of the tools and getting better at the best? Let's understand OpenAI and how to prompt at the best as possible. Well, if you're someone who has just started with OpenAI, or if you've already been using OpenAI but you've not mastered it at the best, well, OpenAI has their own academy that they started, that is OpenAI Academy, where they have made so many modules in various different topics, in terms of understanding how you to use ChatGPT, in terms of understanding how each tools or the features that they have in ChatGPT or various other products of OpenAI, all of these things in one single platform, where you will be able to understand about how OpenAI's tools work. At the same time, you'll be able to understand how to use it in the right manner. That is something that I feel is to look into, because it's not just about using the tool, it's about how efficiently you can use. Till now you were like opening ChatGPT and having your first conversation, and now you've just started with generating images, maybe generating code, maybe even analyzing your report and all of these aspects. But how about getting the clear and best response from it? It could give you just lo-fi response, or maybe not that response that looks very different, and not like how an AI is generated, like a very human based and stuff, all of these, right? Well, this is possible if you understand how the backend works, what is the logic that is required, what is the requirement, what kind of prompting is required. So that is one thing. And I have to say that if you understand how these various features that they have right now, like attaching the files and giving it a proper role and all of these things, you'll be able to give the get the best output from Chat GPT itself. So let me know if you guys want a separate video on the same, on how Chat GPT could be used in the best possible manner, and I will definitely make a video regarding the same. Coming to the next part is about the prompting. Now see, as I said, just logging into your Chat GPT account and giving a simple prompt is good, but how about making it the best possible manner so that your output is really good? Well, it is possible with their prompting guidelines right now. They have it openly available. If you just look into it, you will be able to understand it in the best possible manner. Now, to understand the use case and how these things work, I'm bringing a separate video regarding the same on how to use prompting and get 10x better. So make sure you stay tuned regarding the same and check it out when it comes out. So this is about prompting and stuff. Now coming to the final part of Chat GPT and stuff. Let's assume that you have a business or you're running a business right now. ChatGPT also has, that is OpenAI also has something called as ChatGPT for Business or OpenAI for Business. Make sure you check out this, because you will be able to understand what kind of things that ChatGPT can do to help you upscale your business in terms of automations and other stuff. Like, it just helps you with your strategy, process building, decision making, financial advices, like what kind of thing if you do it would be really good. Your Excel sheet, it will analyze it and give you a report. All of these things are possible if you just check out this business Chat GPT for Business, or OpenAI's platform, where academic platform, where they have this opportunity available. Also, to mention that I will be bringing a separate video on this because ChatGPT not just has for business but various other fields too. Where if you look into it, you will have different professions, different works that you can use it and upscale it through. Like it's not just about understanding and use just using one prompt or using just one use case, but also having the ability to understand it in the broader manner. So stay tuned for that also because there are a lot of things coming up, and I'm sure you should be, updated with the same, and at the same time, you should check out about all of these stuff. So do this, groundwork. You will be able to understand about OpenAI. You've already understood generative AI about AI. So you will be clear with OpenAI. So moving on to the next one. Okay. Now let's move on to Claude. Now, I want you to head over to Anthropic Academy and you will find a lot of things and you will be able to understand two things from this. First thing is Claude, second thing is Claude Code. Well, if you're a student and if you want to, you've just started with learning with AI and you just finished that AI course, the beginner one which I told you, and now that you want to learn more, how you can use AI for ideation, how you could use AI as as a beginner to understand the basic stuffs, and maybe use it for, mainly I can say it as AI as a thinking model or a thinking agent. How all of these, well, this place you will be able to understand how these things work. At the same time, you will be able to understand how Cloud works. So first, you will be able to do this. The next thing is Cloud Code. I think as a perfect teacher, as a perfect teaching agent, I would say it as, where you just start with the coding process. Start prompting it. You start coding. It'll act like an intelligent AI. It'll just start telling you what could be done better, how your code could be better, what kind of things will make it look more aesthetic, or maybe what could be the best way if this debugging could be solved. All of these things could be done in just one platform. So this Claude and Cloud Code, you'll be able to understand it in a much better manner if you just go to this one place. And trust me when I say that when I started with this journey of coding and about how vibe coding that is working right now, I think this platform played an important role because it helped me understand what goes in the backend, what is the configuration that is important, what kind of configuration helps you set up the best automations for the processing and stuff. And I'm sure it's going to help you guys too. So make sure you go to this place and you check out these two things, and you'll be far ahead from what people have just started with, learning on AI and all of these things. So check out this thing. Okay, now we understood how about prompting works, how AI works, what is generative AI, and all of these. How about getting it a little practical? How about generating a proper prompt, having a proper prompt, and you have app developed, or you have a platform that you want it is developed, ready, available. How cool is that? Well, that is possible today, and that is what we call it today as vibe coding. Well, Replit today has its own platform where you just give it a proper prompt, tell it what you require, make it understand, and you have your product readily available. You have your app. Someone who's looking into the app development field, I think this is a perfect place. You'll be able to create it within few minutes. It just requires that proper prompt and proper understanding on how it works. Also, Replit has its own learning thing that they have bought that is called as agentic coding with the AI, which you will be able to understand it in a better manner with the help of, you will also understand, by the way, you'll also able to understand how prompting work, exact prompting that is required to build something like an app, or whatever you're looking into, like a platform, something like that. So this is, I think, just 1.5 hours, and with just 1.5 hours, I think you'll be able to understand a lot of things about how agentic code works, what kind of coding agent has to be set up in order to develop your app, what does it go in the backend, all of these things with the help of this platform. So once you learn it, I would highly recommend that you go and understand it in the practical way. Write a very good prompt, understand how it works, give it, and you will have your MVP readily available for you. Now, with that understanding, you'll have a lot of things ready in hand. And I think I'll be bringing up a separate video on how Replit and many other platforms which that are readily available in internet. With the right prompting, with the right ideology, with the right agentic coding that will be used, you can build a lot of things. And I will be using different business use cases or cases which you can use to develop a lot of things. So stay tuned for that. But right now, I would recommend go to this place, understand how agentic code works. At the same time, get that practical experience so that you will be able to understand how this vibe coding concept works. So do this first. Okay. So right now we understood how all these things work, right? How vibe coding works, how to learn AI, deep learning, all of these things, generative AI, all of these things are okay. But how about we understand, agents? We understood that agentic coding exists, but how about building your own agent? How about, automating your process? How about, creating workflows that doesn't just require you to be present. It just works on its own, like invoice generation, all of these things. And this is called as agents. Or you can create multiple agents and it can happen by its own. You can build a mini business, by the way, with the help of all of these things. So how do we learn this? Now we have learned a lot of these things, but how about agents? How about this? Well, there is this 8 hours long video in YouTube which is completely for free, where you can learn. It's about building and selling your agents. You learn a lot. You learn about how agents are built, how what goes behind agents, APIs, how APIs work, what is the process of connecting an API, all of these things, pin to pin detail, you will be able to understand in this particular video. Also, the channel is very good. You learn a lot of things in this channel. So, it is by Nate Herc. This platform, so this YouTube channel is fantastic in terms of understanding about AI agents. Apart from this, you can also check out OpenAI's document, a 34-page document. It is a guidelines on how you can, first of all, you can understand AI agent. At the same time, you can build an AI agent. In terms of in ChatGPT also, you have something called as an agent mode. So how you can do that, how you can build all of these things, it is completely written in this 34-page book, PDF, by the way, sorry, which you can completely use it for free. Now, don't worry, I will be providing all of these link in a common link which I've told before in the starting of the video. So check out the common link and you'll have all of these rightly available right there. Okay, now we have done all of these groundwork. We have understood how AI agents work, all of these, how learning from AI or generative AI world, all of these things are done. But how about being staying consistent in the market? What happens in the market is very difficult, right? We have a lot of news coming in, but only about AI, how founders are using AI to build anything. What about all of these things? Well, why not we take the opportunity and learn or use from the help of the creators that are in the you know forefront, or platforms that are in the forefront, where you will be able to grab the information very quickly, right? So there are three places which you can get these things done. First one is David Andre, a fantastic creator, a YouTube creator. He makes regular videos on various different platforms, on, like, for example, Na10, recently, like Comet, Claude, breaking down on how these things work, how you can utilize it, how the best use cases of these. So you will be able to understand and be in the regular, updates of whatever is happening in the internet, and you can literally understand it in the best manner. The second one is going to be is Upscale by Chronics. As I said before, you will be updated with whatever is happening. What is the latest news in the AI world? What is happening? What is something that you could look through? What are the different tools that are available? Productivity tools, all of these things in one single platform. So you can check out this. The third one is going to be is Greg Isenberg. Now, Greg Isenberg is a creator who makes podcast on different business cases on how different kind of founders use AI to build anything. So if you want to understand a particular industry on how you can use AI to penetrate it, or how you can use AI to get through in certain different niche, or target the certain audience, or grab that equity market, that brand equity market, I think it is very very easy to understand through his podcast, and it's very clear. You will be able to learn a lot of things. So check out these three things in this particular thing, that is being consistent, and you'll already be way ahead from what is required. Okay. Now we spoke about being consistent. We spoke about how AI works, generative AI, all of these things. But what goes behind? I always used to have this question like, fine, let's take a simple example. Vibe coding. We spoke about vibe coding, right? We said that by simple prompt, you will be able to get a platform or an app ready available. Fine, that is the front end. What happens back end? What is something that what are the codes, that how are these codes written, what kind of math is used, what kind of model is being used, and even if it's a model, what kind of in Python we have this TensorFlow. Okay, so in TensorFlow we have different kind of models that we can use. For example, the linear regression model, we have STM model, LSTM model. So like that, how do we understand the engineering behind? So this is also solved, and you can literally learn anything in the best possible manner with these three things which I mentioned. The first one is going to be Harvard's own course, which is completely for free, that is CS50. When I started with artificial intelligence, when I wanted to know what really goes behind, what is the engineering, what is the math, what is the calculations, what kind of algorithm, heap and stack, all of these things, whatever you need to learn uh, to understand, I learned through this. This was a starting point, and different places piled upon, which helped me understand this particular field. So CS50 by Harvard, and I have to say, if you're a student, if you've completed this course and you have the certification from it, which you can actually get through, it acts as a very solid thing in your resume. Have to say that. So complete this, and I'm sure you'll be able to not just understand the engineering behind, but you will be having like a gold mine. That is what I'll say. Second one is this YouTube creator, great. I can say the best one in this particular field is Andrew Karpathy. Excellent in what he's doing, and I just wish he continues to do more like this, and it's helping creators like me, people like me, and a lot of builders, a lot of creators, founders, able to understand the basic concepts about a lot of things. It's a huge like 1 hour, more than 1 hour videos, but I have to say, whatever those 1 hour or long videos that are there, you will be able to understand basic concepts in the best possible manner. And it's not like just learned and left. No, you have the practical concept also, which helps you understand, deep dive, and go beyond. So check out Andrew Karpathy. I have to say, personal recommendation, please go ahead and check it out, because there's a lot of things to learn. The third one is going to be Hugging Face's own learning platform. Now, Hugging Face is known for its different models, and different, which we call it as the transformers that they can provide, and a lot of other integrations. If you remember, like API integrations, all of these things that is possible with Hugging Face. But they have another side also, the learning platform. Well, there are tons and tons of courses right there where you can learn a lot, from the basic to the advanced, from APIs, from how to create an agent, how what kind of temperature, what kind of tokenization, all of these things could be learned with this one single platform, that is Hugging Face. So use these three places. I will say you will be able to understand the backend, the engineering behind the configurations, the testing, the training, whatever is required to build a complete a large learning module, or to complete building of an app. All of these things could be sampled down, scrutinized, and you will be able to understand it in the best possible manner. So check this out. So we spoke about Harvard. What about MIT? Vignesh, you just said it in the beginning of the video. Well, that's also that. Well, MIT has this free course available in the YouTube where they talk about what goes under the table in terms of, the workflow of Claude, Gemini, ChatGPT, all of these descriptive AIs and thinking models, if I had to talk about. Well, you can understand it in the best manner by just checking out these videos from MIT. You will understand not just about how these, AI tools use data to understand and train and test, but also understand how they automate it, how the procedure works, what is the kind of threading and all of these things happen. So it really helps you understand in a deeper manner. If you think CS50 by Harvard is a gem in terms of engineering and stuff, of how what goes behind math and stuff, I would say this course of MIT that is freely available is another gem, golden gem, which helps you understand about all these AI tools and all these things, how generative AI works in a much deeper manner. So do check it out. Now we spoke about the platforms and all of these things, but there's one thing that I'm sure that everyone does, and I used to have this as a habit, and I changed it. And from that changing point of habit to brought in a new habit that helps me understand and stay updated. Now the thing is, the habit was to endless amount of scrolling in the internet using Instagram or super people, could be TikTok or YouTube or many other platforms. But what matters is the right content that you look through and learn from, right? Now, I replaced that habit of scrolling into different platform where the same scrolling into learning something new. Just giving 10 to 15 minutes and you will learn a lot. Well, some of the creators that I mentioned right now in a platform of Twitter, which is now known as X, if you just follow them, you will learn a lot. We have Rohan, we have Adit, and TD from San Francisco. These three people are more than enough for you to get regular updates of what's happening in the AI market. I spoke about the first one, right? That we had David Andre and all of these. But I think if you follow these people that I just mentioned right now, I think this also helps you learn a lot about AI and the AI world. We have our Ron, which keeps on uploading newsletters about different AI aspects. And that is more than enough. It's like a 30-second reading of it and you're done. You have just have a new update of AI that no one knew about or you never knew about. And maybe if you're a student, I'll highly recommend, if you're a student and you have this update, you can just ace in your class. You just have regular updates. The second one is going to be Adit. Now, Adit keeps on uploading about tools and about whatever like automation tools that are available, the new ones, all of these things he's uploading right there. So make sure you check them also, check him also. Next, we have DD from San Francisco. Now, this platform or this creator is, I have to say that anything about business that is happening, venture capitalists, investments, the AI investments that are going on for like, any someone who's invested in an AI startup, all of these information you can get through from this creator itself. So make sure you check out them and you will be able to learn a lot. Now coming to the final one, bonus for today. What is it all about? We learned a lot. We learned about what AI is about, what generative AI is about. Then we came to vibe coding. Before vibe coding, we understood what OpenAI is and like little bit about OpenAI. Then Anthropic Academy, Hugging Face, CS50, MIT, Harvard, all of these, and some of the creators that I mentioned. All of these are okay, but now come to the last one, that is the bonus. Now, if you go to the internet and you search Google's free AI prompting guideline, which is a handbook, a wonderful handbook, which is completely for free, a long one. Don't worry, this will be there in the common link. Click on it and you will grab it. You have all types of prompting that you require. might be from admin to creator to everything that you want. Everything is available. Copy it, paste it, and your work is done. Just, use one of the prompts and be consistent. That's all. Because AI doesn't reward intense, it rewards consistency. So, this is the bonus. Make sure you check it out. And I think this is going to help you a lot. Personally, I've used it, and that is why I'm saying you guys. So, yeah, check it out. Okay. So, coming to the end of this video, all I have to say is you don't need a degree or you don't need a course to understand about AI. You just need to be consistent and updated. That's all. You will learn this in the best manner and use it in the most efficient manner as much as possible. I'll say start from the basic. Start from single step one day, day by day. Start from one course, understand it, whatever I mentioned today. Start from a video which I told, go through it. Once you're done with that, then go to the prompting. Master prompting. Once you're master prompting, then come to the coding part. Understand basic amount of coding and stuff. Then go to building. So you'll be able to understand how this ecosystem of AI works. And that is more than enough to stay ahead in the time. Keep updated with whatever platforms I've mentioned today, whatever creators I've mentioned today. You will learn a lot every single day. That is what I will say. So, as I said, learning AI is not about intensity. It's about staying consistent and being precise on what you want to deliver. So, that is what is important. Lastly, I will mention that I will be dropping the common link in the description. Make sure you check it out and get access to all of them. And in the end, all I have to say is that's it for this video. See you in the next one.